walked inside the doorway that welcomed me into the end of time. Was this the land above time that Emma was talking about? The door had an arch, and then a hallway. It led into this bigger room. It was quite an expansive room. I'm not sure the best way to describe it, but I'll try. There was a lot of blue. On the sides of the room, there were large pillars of blue, both on the left and on the right. They had to be over 100 feet tall. The blue flowed around the pillars. The darkness would be there where there was no blue. The blue seemed to have a lot of details in it that I couldn't make out. There had to be 100 of these pillars lined up on the sides of the room. I'm not entirely sure how big the room is. It might go on forever. The darkness consumed much of the room. Past the pillars was simply darkness. Much of the floor was in darkness. What I could not see was darkness. The darkness seemed to be a hiding factor, something unexplored and unknown. However, not everything on the floor was in darkness. A blue light shone from where I stood, creating a blue path forward. The blue light flowed like sand, although it did not affect my standing as I stood on the path. I walked forward onto the path. I could not tell what type of floor it was, but it felt firm and strong. As I went down the path, I saw what was in between the pillars. There were shelves of bottles and pots. These pots and bottles were see-through. In it, I saw scenes. That's the best way I can describe it. It was like moments in time. Although many were far away in my sight, I could see people, events, and moments in these bottles and pots. The scenes were colored blue and swirled around in their containers. I continued walking down the path until I came to a circular floor. It was blue, of course. I looked closely at it. I could see it slowly move forward, like it was moving carefully. I saw it inch forward, ever so slowly and carefully. From the central circle floor, 2 more paths emerged. They led to both sides of the room. On the right side of the room, I saw events that I had just seen. I saw Aura camping. I saw myself talking to David before I came here. All of these events and moments in time were captured in some of these bottles. To the left side of the room, I saw things I had never seen before. I saw Aura flying. I saw myself hugging David. Could this be the future? Could I finally be hugging David in the future? I looked away, scared that I might see something that I would regret seeing. I went back to the central circle. The path continued forward throughout the big room to this large throne. I wonder what it is. Even though I wanted to explore these bottles and pots that contain moments of time, I felt pulled towards this large throne. I could tell that it was made of marble, making it stand out from the rest of the room. The path that I had been walking on ended at this throne. I decided to go and see it. As I got closer, I saw someone sitting on the throne. It looked like Emma. I remembered why I came here, and I started walking closer to the throne. I think I just found Emma. "Who is there?" came Emma's voice, although it seemed a bit off. "It's me, Autumn." "Why are you here?" "To bring you back home. It's been 5 days since you left." "No, I will not go back. I will never go back." I looked at her closer. Her eyes seemed plain white. Her hair was white too. She wore this blue dress that came low. White waves were imprinted on the dress, mimicking how this room looked. She looked different. What had happened to her? "Emma, are you okay? Are you going to help David?" "Never! Leave me alone!" She must have become crazy from going to the land above time. She had warned me about this. What should I do? What could I do? Now I have to save her. "Emma, you need to go back home." "I said leave me alone!" she yelled. She began to float, then from the marble throne. In her anger, she flew right towards me, faster than a plane. My heart began to beat quickly. What should I do? I began to run away from this speeding Emma. She hit the floor behind me, making a loud boom emit from the crash. She stood up, even more infuriated. She flew at me again. I looked around, searching for any escape. I saw a bottle far away and closed my eyes. I could hear Emma behind me, flying as fast as a bullet. I closed my eyes, hoping for the best, and then there was silence. I opened my eyes. I saw trees and a desert. I was no longer in that room of time. Where had I gone? Where was Emma? I stood up, trying to figure out where I was. I walked around for a bit until I heard a voice. "Hello, woman," came the voice. I turned around and saw a group of men surrounding this highly decorated man. He looked ancient, not old. He looked like pictures of what ancient people wore. He had a long beard and gold earrings. "What are you doing out here, woman?" the man asked as he got closer. I'm not sure," I said, beginning to feel the heat of the sun. "What is your name?" "Autumn," I said shortly, still very confused. "Strange name, Autumn. I hope you are open to joining me as we travel to Uruk. I am the prince of that land. Have you heard of me before?" "No, I don't think so." "Really? Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Shar Kali Gi.